Each other, we can start playing together and working together. Those things you call commercials, I don't make those. People who want to play make them. And I don't know what my control for it was, especially that big moment.
Gentlemen, this is the elimination course. My calling is to keep men out of the ministry. I consider my test a success when the blood is 4 feet deep and the bodies are floating around the room.
That's amazing.
Now, we're trying to gain people's attention. Before the people were able to commit to a follow, and again, I can't help but watch this and think, things are riding us. Things are riding us. And it's increasingly obvious.
Modernity sort of lured us into imagining we were in charge. That we were somehow in control, but we're not in control. We've got a tiny group of people that are just sort of hyper about the blues, and they're learning together, and all of this new stuff sort of bursts forth. And in Laurel Canyon, you have this tiny little group of people that are sort of working on this, and then, you know, in some ways, via technology, this stuff just spreads all out throughout the world.
It, of course, made me think about this little corner, because what doesn't? And it made me think about the little group of people that are just playing with things now.
And I thought Jordan Hall said it very well in the conversation, you know.
What's up, everybody?
Things common with people from wherever is often shared media consumption. Shared media consumption. Shared media consumption. Like, I am a leaf on the wind, watch how I fly, speaks to everybody who is as deep into that show as I was. And so though it's like, and to understand what I'm talking about with that, I usually reference the next generation, which is the next generation. So with that, I usually reference the next generation, start. Brought to you by the Shadow Cabal. Don't you go there, hide. The Kelvin Bacon Noose-Sphere stream. With executive produced by Upcycle Club and the German Dragon. Is it that? Okay. All right. And now, hey, we're streaming. And you're swimming in mind control. I'm going to shoot you with the bunch, you know. So I'm going to give you a saving throw, but not yet. Remember it.
What makes you assume that I'm not about to feed you all to the crocodile? What makes you assume that I'm not about to feed you all to the crocodile? What makes you assume that I'm not about to feed you all to the crocodile?
That's very exciting. Hello. I see the assassins have failed.
Did you get that on video?
Mom, I'm not going to.
No, that's I'll show you later.
Look, the gator, obviously.
Send me that. 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 Hey, yo.
I just feel bad for this game. My dog is just trying to get
Yes,
it's okay.
that.
Yes, great news, everybody. Dumir has returned, and now you can watch this again. Prepared, however.
The life of the agrarian era, okay, which was for most of human history, okay, the agrarian era, where there was the world of men and the world of women, and the sexes had very little to do with each other. Each had power and status in its own realm, right?
Look at that. I promised you savings those against the mind control, and that had those underground beats, you know. Hey, look, it's Joe Cross. Howdy, Milan Marcuccino, Dr. Lanny Time, Tunji, and Mills. Mills, how you doing? The cart. Look at that pink hand. Look at that pink hand. Okay, welcome. Savings throws. You get those. Survival. Social. Wisdom or heart. There's but the simple choice for you to make. I roll the die 10 or higher. You've made your savings throw half damage. Under 10, you failed your savings throw. But if you have a +2 bonus from chatting in the hive mind, or a +5 bonus from a replay comment, then you add that to that number. If it's over 10, you've made it. If it's still under 10, you haven't made it. Full damage, but you're getting full damage constantly. There's like the rare opportunity that you get this savings throw, which installs the notion of the savings throw and the constant reminder of the mind control actually placebo affecting you out of a little bit of it. That's the thing. That's how it survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Choose. Woo! Survivalist, Baker's Coven. You made it. Socialist, oh, 5 for you. You better go comment on a replay for next time. Lovers of wisdom, not 20. You get a +3 on the next stream savings throws. Hard folks, pair of chakras, 14 for you. Indigo kids, solid 15. 3 5s. The triplet affinities, the 5 of trinities, the something there. Word.
Brandon, marked with a coward shame. What do you do when you're branded? Will you fight for your name?
For those of you just listening, this is a Friday morning Nameless commercial. Okay, and now, what are we doing today? Well, sir, there's so much happening in already today. We can't really take the time to make a show. We got the Kelvin Bacon Noose-Sphere thing you got to come up with. That's the title delivery. We'll be doing that and taking a tour of everything else that has popped off today, so that you don't feel that you've missed any of it. Some of these are on new and smaller channels, and so you see it here first and then go there, and it's called the Grim Grizz Bump. I got the PVK bump once that's somewhere on this channel. Blue Church card of the show is the 8. The 8 of diamonds. And as we've run a Friday morning nameless commercial, and this show is executive produced by Upcycle Club and the German Dragon. The first thing we'll be stopping by is that in the future, right after this, at Chad's favorite over on the Friday morning nameless, Chad likes to use the 1212 number of completion time slot, central time zone, where I like to use the number of transformation time slot. He gets mad when I step on it. And anyway, they're premiering over there the first 30 minutes, number 1, with Avriel Harris and Mills. And I'm excited to lead you up and build you up for that over on the Friday morning nameless. I think you can find it if you search for that in the YouTube. And the first case study we will be exploring this morning is this appearance over on a channel called Clara.
I'm just kind of thinking, well, maybe I should think a little bit more about generations, because that's how this little corner of the internet is explaining itself to itself. That's maybe, I don't know if Peterson's sphere is really going that far, but actually I think maybe it's more Peterson's sphere. So you have these generation theories, the fourth turning, the cycles of history, random books.
It has been a long time, has he? I was just remembering the good old days when you where is he at? Where's this Levite? When we talked about maybe you knew people who who actually ran shows and networks, and they could clue me in on some stuff. You remember that? You remember we had a Fringe Encounter live stream that doesn't have enough comments on it?
Book on approaches to social research. I'm doing such innovative stuff with social research that, like, this would only be like a foundational read for me to be like, okay, so these new approaches make sense in terms of, I'm not going to get distracted. Okay, so book on cultural system.
LARP! We have the ability to LARP and LARP hard. Grip harder. LARP! We have the ability to LARP and LARP hard. That was a McMo one, I think. I believe that was a McMo masterpiece. I think that was his stylistic impression, signature thereof. Okay. And you might ask me, hey there, Grim. Why would I go over to a channel with only 32 subscribers with some sociologist lady who's studying the corner? And I say to you, because you never know who might show up.
It's why they come to pastors who are obviously religious figures and people who also have vows of confidentiality. But sometimes they have things to say that they want a trusted group to hear because they want to be known. We all need to be known. We all need to be loved.
And we all need a bigger budget. You see, you can tell by the way she's using the StreamYard's logo up there and not something cool like the bubble, that she's not using the paid version, which means she hopefully has clicked the referral link for StreamYards in my description, not in Pastor Paul's new thing, this is how you get into the corner, here's my StreamYard referral link. No, the Grim Grizz referral link down below in his description. And that when she finally pays them, I'll get credit and not have to pay them. That's always nice.
Okay, then you, as a pastor, you're bracing for this final sort of last day of camp moment. What's going on for you there? What are you thinking and doing?
Well, I do the same because that's something that's you're usually not going to get much out of a therapist because they're trained not to disclose and they're working with all of these, real psychological dynamics.
Remember embody there is no agency. We want what's best for you.
This reminds me of when they used to ask the Christian rappers back in the day, are you a rapper that's a Christian, or are you a Christian rapper? And the answer was no, yes. There are Christians present in the corner, so Christians can't help but be Christians, but there are also non-Christians present in the corner, and they can't help but be non-Christian. It's an estuary of fresh water and salty water. Some of those fresh water are Christians, some of the salty water are Christians, some of the fresh water are not Christians, some of the salty water are also not Christians. So it's a mixed bag.
You don't mean, is this a Christian space? You mean, is this a religious space?
Okay, because here's the thing.
To the extent it's a Christian space, Christian means Christ-like, and so it is to the extent that we love our neighbors and demonstrate that. But I think your question is more is like, will people who hate church feel uncomfortable here? Is that's what I get from is this a Christian space question?
Is that right, Clara?
That's not what I'm asking, no, because I do want to know explicitly. I mean, yeah, is it a religious space? That is the question I want to ask. But I specifically meant Christian because I hear so much Christian coming out of this.
You hear so much Christian. Can I have an example of that? What is something that sounds Christian?
Well, PVK just gave a Bible quiz a second ago.
That's true.
That was a Jew quote, wasn't it? It wasn't from the. How dare you? How dare you? So yes, over on the channel at Clarifications, you can see my entire appearance there, and then you wouldn't have missed any of me, you stalkers. Casino, the card for the show is this one, the 10 of clubs. The 10 of clubs. Lenny says, Dr. Lenny Time says, is this a spiritual space? And it reminded me of exactly why I titled this title, Kelvin Bacon Noose-Sphere. Don't you dare go hide. There's a part coming up later. But the Kevin Bacon Noose-Sphere title delivery is coming up now.
The list? Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room? I want to cast Magic Missile.
The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet. I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting Magic Missile. Why are you casting Magic Missile? There's nothing to attack here. I'm attacking the darkness.
A magnet? Oh, so you could catch them.
So say we all. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Ho, ho, ho.
Now what'll that asshole think of next? Is anybody got a dime?
Those used to get.
We're the new homeless.
Yeah. Oh wow. It's true.
I taught you how to clip, right? So now you can do a clip mail for me. You can like make a clip and then tweet it and then add Pastor Paul say clip mail.
Hey, Pastor Paul.
Are you saying we should LARP as adults?
With like civic, human, responsible duties? For why to do it again? Like, that's really what we're trying to do. And act like fully mature men for the benefit of everyone. For the benefit of everyone, you said. Is that part? LARP like grown men for the benefit of everyone?
Is that what you're recommending people do
On the other side of the LARP gate, Pastor Paul?
My question to you.
Sir, from this side of the LARP gate, where we're...
Basically get what all the homeless those used to get. We're the
All right. To get into the Kelvin Bacon Noose-Sphere, I will first point out to you what happened this morning over on the Devil's Dark Maga Gothic Devil's Champion platform. X marks the spot. What do I know? Posted this post here that says the power of words and magic, which seems to be like a screenshot of something in a book somebody read once. And it says, words are not just elements of speech or writing, because they can be used to strengthen the effects of magic. When spoken out loud, words transform into frequencies and vibrations that can be used to direct energy. This is one of the first steps to creating real magic. Most people will laugh at the idea of magic being real, but if only they knew what magic really is and how magic is being used to control them, they would be laughing. Remember, magic is the art of directing and controlling energy using natural forces, i.e. sound and thought, to produce a desired effect. In other words, Magic is the art of directing and controlling energy. What most of us do not understand about the reality of Earth is that we live in a world dominated by magic until you learn how magic works and how it is being used to control you. You'll never know how the world really works. And that's going to be a magic missile of sorts. We'll say in this terminology that the reason the first the Noose-Sphere, right? It's the Noose-Sphere as it's represented in the is the global consciousness, the zeitgeist made measured as just the sum of human consciousness, and that the way around the globe, just the whole thing, like blah, blah, that's the Noose-Sphere. We're in the internet version, which is the net version, which is the entertainment. You intercontainment. You're like, hey, how can we incapacitate the body of Christ here on the planet? Oh, look, shiny thing. Look, it's you. It's shiny. It's you and all your friends right here in this silver screen. Watch. Just sit there and watch. You're entertained. Enter the containment of the screen. That's and it's a noose. It puts like it grapples the body of Christ, and it's like a modifier in D&D. Somebody look it up. The Kelvin Bacon aspect of it is that it's Kelvin is a reference to temperature for the sciencey folks. Like 0 degrees Kelvin is when matter stops or some shit. I don't know. But it's a big word, Kelvin, and it ties into, it spins on the Kevin Bacon thing because we're measuring a temperature, and the temperature we're measuring is the temperature of the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, which is basically the potential through the power of social networking and human networking of me to get a magic missile, say, into the devil's champion's mind, right? Like, how hot of a missile it is whether or not it can penetrate the layers of Kevin Bacon to spread throughout the meme can it. But that's why it's the Kelvin Bacon Noose-Sphere, and that's what we're in on the internet, because that's why it's the why part of why it's so captivating is because of the Kevin Bacon 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon aspect, and that this means that the individual's psyche is far from being safely synthesized. On the contrary, it threatens to fragment only too easily under the onslaught of unchecked emotions. While this situation is familiar to us from the studies of anthropologists, it is not so irrelevant to our own advanced civilization as it might seem. We too can become dissociated and lose our identity. We can be possessed and altered by moods or become unreasonable and unable to recall important facts about ourselves or others, so that people ask, "What the devil has gotten into you?" We talk about being able to control ourselves, but self-control is a rare and remarkable virtue. LARPgate. Hi, I'm Grimgriz, and today I'm doing now the Muggle lie. There's no such thing as Muggles. Everybody has the wizard inside because words are magic, and we all. Oh no. Okay, you're not a Muggle because words are magic. So by lying to you and convincing you're a Muggle, you're being put under a spell, which makes you think you're a Muggle and limits your potential and your actuation. Activation, there's the big Muggle lie, and what it does is it creates a bubble of shared experience, because the more people believe in a thing, the more persistent it is without active belief. Like I can believe in a thing for only so long, and then I have to go to sleep. But if another person believes in it, then it can the integrity of reality can be maintained through multiple dreams because we've come together under the spell of different mind control. So we exist in a pocket of intelligibility held together by the magic spell of words and sharing words, and how that collates and coalesces existence. Outside of that sphere of intelligibility is the absolute chaos of creation, held together in life by the Ouroboros that eats itself. You're going to need to make your savings throw, one way or another. Remember, Embody, there is no agency. Oh, so good to have Demir's channel back. Yeah. Oh, wait, there was another 20 seconds.
You know, the biblical model of the light on the hill, right, that can serve as a way of tutoring people.
I really like that guy's hair. Welcome, everybody. This has been the Kelvin Bacon. No, this is the Kelvin Bacon Noose-Sphere stream with what else is on the thumbnail there? You'd have to deliver on that. Oh, yes. Don't you dare go hide. And we will be delivering on that. But we first have to make it stroll around the rest of the corner. And here's how we begin that with the agency deck card of the show, the Five of Clubs. And our first stop is over by Sam Tiedeman's channel, Transfigured, where he has this to say.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Transfigured. This is a solo episode with just me, and I'm going to talk about how I got baptized. But first off, I haven't made a video in a while. That's because my wife and I had our fourth child, a son. His name is Henry. Obviously, I named him after Hank, my co-host of the Church Fathers series. It also just so happens that my wife has some relatives named Henry, but it was really mostly after Hank. So that has been one.
Well, congratulations to Sam on all of that and the baptism you can hear about also in the corner. As known from my Hive Mind chat, Mark's with the C over there went on Mark Parker's on-ramp radio programs.
I think Joe Rogan is enormously irresponsible when he tries to big up ayahuasca. It's such a dangerous thing, and it's just really not to be taken lightly. And he takes it lightly, and I'm just like, not happy about that.
Okay.
It's something very, very serious that you're messing with there, and just
what do you think?
Very seriously.
Oh,
I've
can I
not tried
ask
it
you
myself.
along these lines though? It may not sound like it's along these lines, but we'll connect the dots in a minute. In the burn power discussion you had, one of the words you were able to get out was Jonathan. two words I heard you mention were Jonathan Pajot. I talked to Jonathan Pajot. Did I hear you right? Did you had a conversation with?
So that's going on over there. Plus, you got Pastor Paul's regular everyday homeroom.
This consciousness is neither a logical nor an illogical inference from the facts of experience. If we did not bring it to our experience, we could not find it there. It is either an inexplicable illusion or else revelation. The moral experience and the numinous experience are so far from being the same that they may exist for quite a long time without establishing a mutual contact. And many
We all know that there is no agency any living gent can see. Doing what is right for me is lifting up my bro so he can grow some eyes to see that doing what is right for me increases all our agency.
Sort of memento style, and work your way backwards.
And now, the Don't You Dare Go Hide portion of the stream, where we first stop by Demir once again to show you this.
and they laughed at each other in essence. Okay, the women had enormous power. In fact, the old women ruled, not the young, beautiful women like today. Okay? But the older you were, the more you had control over everyone, including the mating and marriage. The joy that women had with each other all day long, okay, cooking with each other, companions to each other, talking, conversing.
All right, it's actually not in there, but that Paglia lady goes on to say that, like, the ladies gathered around and talked in a circle, and the men all gathered around an engine, and, like, they'd all look at the same car engine, and that was how the men were doing it. And as it turns out, under that theory, I believe, the one and only Afriel Pilotson is started his first video out here today. It's called Bonfire Lit. And it's everybody looking at him play a video game instead of a car engine. It goes like this.
Producers of content, but people at least, like, especially, okay, 1,000 sub or 100 sub channels, they're going to be producing something that's at least valuable enough that many people are willing to watch it. So, okay, do I just bypass
now,
these?
this appears to be a video about a crazy man running around talking to himself while hacking apart skeletons and such.
Yeah, there we go. Just purchase this real quick, and then I'll get talking again.
Yeah, it's like, excuse me, voices in my head. Just let me buy this real quick, and then I'll get back to our conversation. But I have acquired a highlight reel through the power of Control F. Control F. It brings up a search function, and you can say, "And you're dead," and find the good parts. Right, watch.
There we go. And you're dead? You're dead. Sweet. And
then quick, under your butt. No, but it's in there. He says it. There it is. There, just whack you under the butt.
Oh, and I got staggered. That's okay. I should be able to hit him. Nope, just missed him. Oh, come on. A sliver of health. I just get under your butt. There we go.
Yep.
Oh, come on. A sliver of health. I just get under your butt.
Thank you. Thanks for that. And then the stream got this thumbnail because this part.
So yeah, I'm trying to give advice to my future self, trying to give an example that you can do it, you can do it poorly, which means you can do it better.
And you see how he's sitting there by a bonfire all by himself? Well, it turns out he has an event this November something, the 18th maybe, called the Beaver Moon something estuary. And he's going to end up sitting there by himself if he doesn't pitch it in his videos because people don't know about it. The Beaver Moon Campfire Estuary up by Port Angeles somewhere, Fort Casey, Washington. He might end up sitting by it, but that's not the part for the thumbnail.
Yeah, I think that's where I'll end it. Goodbye then. Be safe, friends. Don't you dare go hollow.
Oh, the cringe that he used it. It was like, oh, I can't believe it. But then it switched in my mind because I didn't want to say it. So I had to put something else to be able to reference it. And I put, don't you dare go hide, because we're all Jekyll and Hyde on the inside. And if you don't see that, you're not paying attention. So now, having therefore delivered on both the title and the thumbnail, and I think I think have clicked through every little tab there. I'm gonna call it a stream, and you go get your drinks and your beverages and enjoy over on the Friday Morning Nameless channel, there it is. In only another. Well, can I stall for 15 minutes? No, you can go fill the hive mind over there. It looks like this when you get there appropriately, and then I will drop a convenient link for you to go there. Right after you click on the Ko-Fi link on your way out. Thanks, everybody. It's our lives. This is what we're doing. Oh, wait, that reminds me that not yet. You were reminded of something. Oh, yes. We have a reappearance and a goodbye. From look in your history. Dig it up. Work on it. Oh, where is working on it? Rammed. Stop it, you did that already.
What's reality? I don't know. When my bird was looking at my computer monitor, I thought, that bird has no idea what he's looking at. And yet, what does the bird do? Does he panic? No, he can't really panic. He just does the best he can.
Yes. Okay, here we are. Our good friend Christian T. Golden has renamed his channel to Christian T. Golden, and we no longer have any reason to call him Apocalyptica, and so we don't get to really say Apocalyptica anymore. Something about he doesn't want to contribute to being a distraction.
If I like it, I can record it immediately, and I'm done, and then I can go on to something else. And as someone who has ADHD, this has also been extremely helpful, simplifying those passions of mine so that I can very quickly and seamlessly go from one to another and never find myself having spent hours and hours on this one thing without making any decisions because the possibilities are too endless, too open. So what I found really through this journey towards simplification is that I probably had this underlying desire for peace. And this desire, I suppose this is maybe the same thing, for the resolution of anxiety. Prevention.
All right, that's that then. And then you guys can all go over to go see one of my executive producers talk with Afriel and Mills for 30 minutes. For 30 minutes starting at 12:12. It should be at this link. Go here now. Over on the Friday Morning Nameless. That should be the right one, maybe. Hey, now goodbye. Thank you. Let's be out of touch tomorrow, eh?
survive. Rejoice, you'll never make it out alive.
Excellent rehearsal, gentlemen.
And rejoice, your hair, it smells like burning hair. Oh, rejoice, your nails all got chewed off. Oh, rejoice, and holy fuck, you're bleeding there. Oh, rejoice, you burn your whole beard off. Rejoice, despite the fact this world will hurt you. And rejoice, despite the fact this world will kill you. And rejoice, despite the fact this world will tear you to shreds. Rejoice because you're trying your best.
Hey, I love that one. That's gorgeous. Thank you, brother. Wait, who's that?
Andrew Jackson.